What do, Ben Cruz, your boy Savon Thomas, back with another episode of Coffee and Comments. Today we're going to review the movie Pig, starring Nicolas Cage. Was it good? Was it bad? Let's talk about it, but first, let's take a sip. Welcome back, Bean Crew. Again, this is a review of the movie Pig, starring Nicolas Cage. Came across this on Hulu, I believe, is where I watched it. And honestly, the only reason I watched it is because I seen like people talk about it about a year ago. I think is when it came out in the theaters. And I remember Nick Cage in a movie about a pig. I was like, this kind of sounds kind of dumb. But a lot of people were like fans of this movie. So when I came across it on Netflix, I was kind of just scrolling to see like what else was out there, and I saw that movie, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch this movie because I've heard good things about the movie. And Nick Cage, hit or miss. Some movies you like, some movies you're like, everybody's a fan of what was it, National Treasure. But other than that, I've been really had to me like Nick Cage, like, oh man, I'm really gonna see his movies. And so this movie, I enjoyed. For those who don't know, the movie Pig, it stars Nick Cage. It's about a former chef, world-renowned chef that moves into the wilderness, essentially. And he has his pig that you kind of get the connotation that his wife is either dead or left him. I think she died. But he has his pig that basically he uses to find truffles, right? And he sells his truffles to the local guy, living off the land, like off the grid, essentially, after having this, like, life of a chef that you find out throughout the movie that he was a famous chef. That's not revealed in the very beginning. But they steal his pig. And he goes on this journey of trying to find his pig. And that sounds like the most simplistic plot, because it is. But that's what the movie's about. And they take his pig at the beginning of the movie, and it's just this journey of figuring out where the hell his pig is. And you get the final answer at the end of the movie. And so, overall, like, if you hear that and you're like, that doesn't sound like it'd be a good movie, but it actually was a decent movie that I enjoyed, right? Would I rewatch this movie? Probably not, honestly, but it's a good journey, a good story. The one thing that irked me about this movie, though, and I understand, like, why the director did that or, like, why they went with this, but I was like, bro, take a shower. Like, there's moments in this movie where he gets beat up, actually multiple times where he gets beat up, and he's just like walking around the streets day after day with the same cuts, the same blood that's like caked on his face, going into restaurants, eating at restaurants with like his bloody beard, his bloody like head. And I'm like, first of all, who would let you into a restaurant or a place looking like that if they don't know who you are, which most people don't know who he is until he like tells them who he is. But it's like, bro, take a shower. Like clean yourself up. You look like a freaking hobo, and technically he's not homeless because he does have a home in the woods, but it's just that's the one thing I was watching this movie that irked me the most was watching him just walk around just like bloody face, caked up, even cooked at the very end for the dude's dad, just bloody. And I'm like, he did wash his hands, so we'll give him that. But I'm like, bro, go take a shower. So that's my only thought of this movie. That I have, that I'm like, man, this would have made me feel a little bit better. But like I said, I did enjoy this movie. I watched it, paid attention to it, thought it was pretty good. Good writing, good acting. Obviously, Nick Cage does a great job in this movie, as well as the other actors and actresses in this movie. I gave it a 7.8 out of 10. Medium dark rose scale. Enjoyable movie. Check it out if you haven't checked it out. Again, this was in theaters about a year ago. It's been around for a little bit now. So check out Pig. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys for following me and tuning in to the episode of Coffee and Comments.